A goddess begged me to save her from freezing to death. Something no mortals should ever see, a divine being in need. And somehow, I was the only one who could help her. This is how I became the warmth for something eternal and cold. 4 days before this, I was just crossing what locals called Forbidden's territory. The ruins appeared like broken teeth rising from the sand. I touched a carving, serpent coiled around a frozen heart. The air turned ice cold in seconds, my breath became visible. Shadows moved between the pillars, not from any light source. Then she emerged, half woman, half serpent, shivering from impossible cold. Every instinct screamed run, but my body had nothing left. She moved toward me, not like a predator, but like something desperate. Her eyes held no malice, only fear I'd never seen in anything immortal. She reached for me with a trembling hand covered in frost. My hand lifted toward hers, shaking, uncertain what this meant. When we touched, her skin was ice, mine was fire to her. A tear fell from her eye. She whispered one word:
warmth.
3 days earlier, I'd collapsed under the burning sun, lost and alone. Heat mirages danced. I couldn't tell what was real anymore. Now here we were, goddess and dying man, holding each other's only hope. She spoke in a language that sounded like wind through frozen caves. She touched my forehead, and suddenly her voice was inside my mind. I saw her as she once was, a goddess of fire and warmth, worshipped by thousands. Then came the darkness, a curse that devoured her fire from within. Centuries passed, her warmth died, and she froze alone in forgotten ruins. When the vision ended, I understood her loneliness like it was my own. She said mortals have what gods lack, the warmth of a life that ends. I was dying of cold, yet somehow I still had warmth she needed to survive. She offered both hands, a goddess begging for what she couldn't take by force. Every part of me wanted to help, but something whispered this would cost me everything. I placed my hands in hers and felt something ancient awaken between us. Golden light flowed from me to her, warmth I didn't know I could give. Ice shattered from her scales, colors returning like spring after endless winter. But with every second, I felt myself fading faster than before. Her eyes opened, and I saw something that terrified me: hunger. I tried to pull away, and for one horrible moment, she held on. I fell back, emptier than before, like she'd taken more than just warmth. She stared at her hands, alive again, while I lay dying at her feet. Then I saw it, bones in the sand, someone who'd helped her before. She'd done this before, and they'd all died giving her what I just gave. I tried to crawl away, but my body had almost nothing left to give. She didn't chase me, just reached out like she was letting me choose. I collapsed after 3 meters. The desert would kill me before she could. Her voice in my mind. Yes, there were others. All chose freely, all died anyway. I saw them all. Warrior, merchant, explorer, each one frozen in final generosity. Default text, she crawled to my level, a goddess literally begging on the ground before me. We were face to face, both dying in different ways, both completely honest now. She said, "I know you'll die, but I'm asking anyway, because I'm that selfish and that desperate. My hand rose toward hers, not from hope, but from choosing how I die. Her face broke with gratitude and grief, like I'd given her both salvation and guilt eternal. This time when we touched, there was no hesitation, only acceptance of what comes next. Golden light poured from me like blood, flowing into her in rivers I couldn't stop. I was burning from inside out, becoming light just to give her warmth. She blazed with life again, scales shining like jewels forged in divine fire. For one perfect moment, we were neither goddess nor man, just two souls touching. Then something impossible happened. For one heartbeat, the warmth flowed backward into me. Her eyes went wide with something she hadn't felt in millennia: hope. I felt my heart beat stronger, my vision clearing, death retreating impossibly. Dark symbols appeared on her skin, the curse made visible, and they were cracking. We stared at each other, realizing this wasn't sacrifice. It was exchange, it was balance. She whispered, "The others gave from pity. You gave knowing the cost. That changes everything." The curse was born from betrayal. She'd loved humans, one stole her sacred fire. The curse demanded taking, but he gave freely, creating a paradox it couldn't solve. Golden light and emerald light swirled together, two rivers flowing both ways at once. I sat up fully, strength flooding back, the desert's cold no longer killing me. She blazed with warmth she'd forgotten existed, tears falling hot for the first time in ages. We stood together, no longer dying beings, but something that shouldn't exist, equals. She touched my face with warm hands, a tenderness I never expected from something divine. I smiled, really smiled, for the first time since entering this cursed desert. The sun began to rise, and for the first time in thousands of years, she wasn't alone to see it. Dawn revealed the truth. I was alive, but still lost in a desert that kills. She watched me realize I needed to leave, and fear crossed her ancient face. I felt a tug in my chest, an invisible thread connecting my heart to hers permanently. She felt it too. We'd bound ourselves together, two lives tangled into one impossible knot. I could almost see it, golden light binding us, beautiful and terrifying at once. Part of me wanted to run back to normal life. Part knew I'd never fit there again. She said, "Go. I survived eternity alone. I'll survive being bound to someone distant." I didn't walk toward the horizon. I walked toward her, choosing the impossible. She took my hand with trembling disbelief, like I'd given her something more precious than warmth. In ruins that had witnessed only death, we created something that had never existed. Choice that goes both ways. Days passed, and I learned to live in a place that wasn't meant for living. She was relearning what it meant to give, not just take, warmth bending to her will again. I told her about the world she'd missed, and she listened like a child hearing myths. At night, her warmth kept me alive, and my presence kept her from eternal solitude. I noticed changes in myself, subtle at first, and undeniable. I was becoming something else. She touched the scales growing on my spine, asking without words if I regretted choosing her. I placed her hand over my heart and answered, "I'd rather transform than have lived meaningless and unchanged." Other travelers passed at distance, seeing the ruins, choosing wisely to stay away from cursed ground. My reflection showed eyes that weren't quite human anymore, golden sparks where brown used to be. Some choices save you, some transform you. Mine did both, and I'll never know if that's mercy or curse.